So hello guys, today we have Sahaj Bana, who is a HR expert and have seen him so many days. Okay, he has helped many job seekers. So I think today's session will be great one for all of you. So it's all up to you now, Sahaj Bana.
Sure. So, first of all, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me. You guys are excited. Thank you so much, Chitresh. I'll make sure that today's session is really worthwhile. So, I'm going to start. I'm going to move ahead into the main course material. So, first of all, welcome to GS Prime Workshop. Okay, one more time, I would like to thank all of you for joining in, for investing your time to learn more out of it. And what you will learn today is mainly two things. First is resume, but in resume we are not going to discuss about this is objective, this is experience, this is that, and so on. I'm pretty sure you have earlier sessions or you know that already. So in resume we'll focus more on the approach you take to create a perfect resume that clears all the ATS system and gets you the interview call you're looking for. So the approach you take to create a resume. On second part, we will discuss about the job search. Job search, again, not about the basic job portals or apply this or that. Instead, we will focus on the LinkedIn part of the job search. How you can really build up your network so that you don't have to apply again and again and again for next 40 year of your life. You need to start building your network from ground up. How can you do that? On that note, the first thing that you need to remember about resume is what is the purpose. When I ask this question, majority of the people say, well, to get a job. That is obvious. Not at all. The purpose of a resume is to get an interview call. So whenever you have that piece of paper in front of you, let's say this is your resume, then okay, let's say we have a photo. Now you are confused. Is it the right thing to do to add your photo in the resume? Is it a bad thing? Is ET going to reject us? What am I going to do with my photo? So what you do, you ask yourself, is this photo going to help me get that interview call? If the answer is yes, you put it in. If the answer is no, you remove it. How can it be yes for a photo? In case you are targeting a profile where your face is part of the job, something like front office, right? You go to like a workplace or you go to a hotel or someone, the staff at the front office or the reception people, their photo is really important. For other people like you who are targeting, let's say, big four or some industry or some other corporate part of the world, the photo is not at all required. Similarly, what about this certificate? Now I have a certificate in blockchain, I have a certificate in copywriting, I have a certificate in Google Analytics, I have certificate in hiring, in resume writing and all. Am I going to add all those certificate in order to get a recruitment related job? Not at all. Why? The blockchain certificate, the copywriting certificate is not going to help me get an interview call. It will only serve as a question mark. Why copywriting? Why Google Analytics? Is this person trying to change his or her career? What is going on? So whenever you're confused about anything, be it your photo, be it your references, be it your full address, be it your father's mother's name, be it your uh, religion, be it anything, if it is not going to help you get an interview call, it should not be in your resume. So it's a basic thing, but you must remember it and keep it in your subconscious mind. So whenever you struggle with any sort of a question, this will help you get clarity. Now, the next part is how you approach the start of the resume is very, very important. How you approach the start. I'm not saying writing the resume, no. How you approach, okay, I'm going to create my resume today. What do I need? Most people say a beautiful template. To be honest, I'll tell you, it is the second most important thing in your entire job search process, right? The second most important thing. What people typically do when they start to create a resume, they look for a beautiful template or an ATS resume template. To be honest, there is no such thing. ATS resume template. They don't have a standard template. It is just about the readability, although we'll talk about it after some time. So the first step is not to look for a beautiful template. The first step is to find job descriptions. Now the question is, how do I find these job descriptions? So I'll show you quickly. It's pretty easy. What you're going to do is use Google. Put in EY jobs, just for an example with EY. Right here, you're going to see a lot of opportunities that are posted online on different portals or on EY website and anywhere almost. And you can find all of them right here. Then maybe you're targeting audit. Then you can add audit next to it. Now you will see global internal audit. You'll see audit services. And right here, this is how you can try and find the best of the best job description from best of the best companies. Define responsibility. Try to understand what these companies want you to do, what these companies expect out of you. That is going to be your first go-to thing. Second, you want to pick out these skills from the job description. You want to pick out these skills required to perform these responsibilities. And these skills are going to be 50% of your keywords. Keywords are typically these skills required to do the job, or you can also look at certain word that are repeating again and again and again and again and again in all of the job descriptions. So this is the first step. Job description, responsibility, skills required to perform these responsibilities. The second step is writing the resume. Writing the resume. What you do, you use a job description and a resume as a target practice. So that is going to be your second step. Writing the resume, writing it as a target practice, making sure all these skills that they're asking for, you write them in your resume. You mention them in your resume. Then this is the final step. Final step is to check ATS compliance to understand how good or bad your resume is, or how good or bad, or what I call it, your chances of getting an interview call. Now, this is about the process to create a resume. First of all, job descriptions, responsibilities, skills. Second, writing the resume, making sure all of those skills are in your resume. And then third is ATS compliance to understand if these skills you have written and these skills that are required from the job description, how many of them are there, and so on. This is the process, or this is the approach you should take to create a resume. The next part is ATS formats. I know there are a lot of myths around ATS format, but all you need to do now is just keep things simple. Just keep things simple. Don't go for infographic resumes. Infographic resumes like resume that look like, let's say, this. Now it is even difficult for me to make sense out of these line charts, these pie charts, these graphs, or this world map. How a system, how ATS system is going to make sense out of it. Answer is it cannot, and it also cannot read these graphs and charts. So next is some important facts that all you should all know. First, the average time spent by recruiter on a resume is 5 to 7 seconds. That does not mean if it's 7 seconds, I'm going to throw out the resume, right? I used to recruit for all the big companies like PwC, EY, KPMG, Grant Thornton, BDO, all of these great companies. I never did. Okay, 7 seconds. No, no. How, what it really means is they're going to look at it quickly. They'll look at your experience, they'll look at your skills. If it is matching, then they're going to spend some more time on it. If it is not, then they'll try to move ahead. So you want to make sure that your skills, your technology stack, your tools are really highlighted in your resume. So if this is your resume, and this is your resume, and if we break it into two parts, this is the front end part. This is what we call front loading part. All your core skill, most important skill should be right here. Next is ATS eliminates 85% of the applicants. That does not mean that your resume is getting rejected by the ATS. No. ATS is only going to rank the resumes. If you are not in the top 15% of the people, and as you go to good companies, this percent will also get to 1%, 5%, 0.1 to 0.3%, and so on. Next is 98.2% of the Fortune 500 companies use ATS, and 52% of the Indian companies use ATS, which is kind of maximum in the world. It does not mean other 48% have nothing to do with it and you can do whatever you want with the resume. Not at all. If they're not using their own ATS system, maybe they're reaching out to a recruitment firm. They might be using an ATS system. So directly or indirectly, if I tell you, each and every company uses some sort of an ATS system. Your resume is going to go through certain ATS system in order to get you interview call, unless you're using cold emails to target people. So this is it about resume. I'm going to talk about LinkedIn networking, or more of how to create a network on LinkedIn. But first of all, what is LinkedIn? LinkedIn is a social networking platform like Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter that focus on networking and career development. The idea here, in simple terms, is you don't know me, I don't know you, right? But we can connect on LinkedIn, we can exchange value. Maybe I can help you with something, and you can also help me with the same. So who are these people on LinkedIn? 90% of the profile are just dead profile. They don't log in, they don't like, they don't comment, they don't reach out to people, they don't do anything. But on the other hand, 1 to 3% of the people create content. They are content creator, and 3 to 9, or you could say 3 to 10% of the people engage with that content. They like, comment, share with 1 to 3% of the people who are creating content. So this is just the basic of LinkedIn. Next part is, how do you start to build your network? The first thing that you must do is create a list of companies, at least 50 to 100 companies, at least 50 to 100 companies, or I'll say more. Why? Because we are creating a network for next 30 to 40 years of our life. You're not doing it for just one job. If it was about one job, I'll teach a very different thing. Second is, find common connection to introduce you. Try to find people who have something in common with you. It could be an education background, it could be an experience background, it could be anything. When you connect with people who have something in common, they tends to help you a lot more compared to like complete strangers. Third is, reach out to people with personalized note. And this is the most thing. If you're not using personalized notes, then you are missing out on a lot of opportunity and to connect with a lot of incredible people. How to send personalized note? It's again very easy to do so. Just go to your LinkedIn profile, try to find people who are your second connections. Second connection. Who is my second connection? Let's say this person is my second connection. Now he also have a follow button right here. Follow button. I cannot connect with this person, right? I can only follow him. Not at all, actually. I can. All you have
More.
to do is click
More.
on more and then click on connect. And
Connect.
then
Add note.
right here, you will see an option send or add a note. You click on add a note, you write things about the other person. You don't say, my name is Sahej, these are my skills, do you have a job? Not at all. What you do, you focus on the other person. You try to find a common something in his or her profile and you talk about that. And then you click on send. So this is how you send out personalized
Right.
notes. Next is the same point, focus on other people and no small talk. Don't get into hi, hello, how are you, I'm good, how about you, and so on. Okay, that is just going to waste a lot of your time. Talk about context, talk about what sort of help you want from them, if you can help them with something, because this is networking. This is not just getting help and running away. That's not how the world works. So what you want to do, you really genuinely want to also help the other person out. So that is how you do the networking part. Next, you also keep an eye out on how they're replying. You can typically get insight of if they're interested or not. If they are, you can also endorse them for their skills, which typically gets you better reward, better reply, better help comparatively if you don't do that. Next is also when you're looking for a job, target niche specific job portal. Now I know a lot of you are freshers, so maybe you can target Core Go by Google. A lot of you are targeting finance, accounting, taxation related profile, so you can maybe spend some time on CA job portal. On maybe although AngelList is for slightly different thing, but if you're targeting startups, then again AngelList is very good. Or again, CA jobs in India is have really good job opportunities.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, I think it was a great session and I think everybody has learned a lot actually. आपका बेस्ट रही है अभी तक मेरे हिसाब से तो और आई होप कि ये लोग का सबका हो जाएगा. आई थिंक आई दे विल वांट मोर सेशंस फ्रॉम यू आई थिंक सो. तो कोशिश करिएगा. आई नो
sure.
दिस इज अ
Sure.
वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर यू टू मैनेज टाइम बट दे विल बी वेरी हैप्पी एक्चुअली. And I will also be happy
Sure,
to
man.
add as much value to you in any way I can. I'm definitely try to help you.
Yeah, sure. No problem there. Okay, so this is it, I believe, from my end. Thank you so much to all of you.
All of you
Thank you for
connect with
investing a
him
lot
in
of your
LinkedIn
time.
also. And then,
And
yeah,
yeah. If you have any problem, you can text me. If you have any question, you
LinkedIn,
can text me on like on
LinkedIn,
LinkedIn, on Instagram. So
Instagram
I'm
follow.
there. My
Yeah,
email is also there on LinkedIn.
I will share your
So
everything. No
you
problem.
can even check that.
I will share you.
Okay, sure. So you can
I
connect
will,
with Dhansham to get
yeah,
my
they
details.
will also give you the feedback.
Thank
Okay.
you so much.